Hey, how are you? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. You're here with Karima McGee, and today we're going to be talking about a guy by the name of Kevin Samuels. Have you guys ever heard of Kevin Samuels? Well, we're going to talk about a video that was sent to me by one of my clients, and we're going to have some chocolate wine. You're going to go and grab your wine, and then you're going to come on back, and we're going to talk about him, his theories, and all that good stuff. Go ahead, cue the intro. I am feeling that chocolate wine, honey, okay? Oh, y'all gonna have to excuse me in advance. Okay, so let's before we get into today's video, I'm going to, every time I come on camera or every time I do one of these videos, I'm going to let you guys know what I'm wearing. Today I am wearing Killian. It is Good Girl Gone Bad. And the reason why I'm going to let you guys know the fragrances that I wear is because I want you guys to reach out of your comfort zone. In book 2, and this is a spoiler alert, okay? In book 2, Elder Eden is creating a signature scent for Asana. And Asana is in the herb garden looking at all of the fragrances and flowers that she can use for her signature scent. And she comes across the jasmine and she falls in love with the jasmine. She's like, the jasmine flower is my signature scent. And she takes it to the elder, and Elder Eden says, Asana, no. Every woman from here to Timbuktu is wearing jasmine flower. Do you want to smell like every woman from here to Timbuktu? Or do you want to be the great Asana? Do you want to be unforgettable? And Asana says, well, Elder Eden, the scent, it went through the air and it just smelled like it was supposed to be mine. And she goes, that is done in haste. Anything that breezes by your nose doesn't mean it's good for you. That is done in haste. A woman of great caliber does nothing in haste. She thinks, she lets it settle in, she ponders, and she plays with it, and then she decides. And wow, I can't believe I just remembered that. That's crazy. That's from book 2. You guys just got an inside scoop on that. But Elder Eden was creating a signature scent for Asana so that when she goes out into the world, that she'll be different than any other woman that male has ever encountered. And so the reason why I'm going to share what I'm wearing in these videos is because I want you guys to consider wearing something different. Most women they go by what's on trend. At one time, you had Bond 9s that a lot of women were wearing. Everyone wanted to smell like a Bond number 9 fragrance, or specifically, the scent of peace, but everyone was wearing that, and they were wearing all of the Juicy Couture's, and then, the Light Blue by Dolce & Gabbana, and then the Opium, these are good fragrances indeed, and I'm not saying that they're not good fragrances, but what I'm saying is when you are trying to reach a Asanahood, or when you are trying to reach a level in your own femininity, you understand how good it is to be different and to smell different and to be one of a kind. When you smell different and you are one of a kind, you can kind of use that as leverage. And so I say that to now go into this brother's message. Now, and I think I've said this already, this video is not to bash him in any way. This video is just strictly my take on it as it relates to psychological ramblings of a traveling gypsy and from a female perspective. Now I'm going to go ahead and play this next clip, but I need you to not be triggered, okay? Do not be triggered. Don't be in your feelings, and you'll learn about your feelings in book 2. You'll learn in book 2 that sometimes your feelings are your feelings, but they can also serve as a disservice if you don't learn how to manage them. So I'm going to play this clip of my brother, but I need you to just observe.
And that's what I say. The dating market is difficult because you're not an unattractive woman. Sure, a guy will take you out for a nice date. You really want to know what we think? How tall are you?
I'm 5'6". I weigh 115 pounds.
Yes. Oh yeah, I'll take you out. Oh hell yeah, I would take you
So I
out.
don't have a problem finding men
Of
take me out.
course not.
I've
I
been
would,
on
but the
great
thing is,
dates.
but what are you finding them for though? Yeah, I would take you out, get you a nice steak and some lobster. We'd have a good old time, and I would blow your back out, but I wouldn't marry you.
See, what I think I really have an issue is like finding men that don't want like the superficial. Like most, I feel like the type of guys like they just want a woman that like looks good on their arm. Like
Yes.
so, like when you
Hold
say
on, listen. Let me
$10,000
stop,
date,
stop,
I've been
stop,
on
stop,
like
stop, stop, stop,
$1,000.
stop, stop, stop right there. Yes, that's what we want because that's who we are. And you want a
Yeah,
man,
that's the problem I have with dating.
but
That's
you
why
He's a lot. He's a lot. When I say he's a lot, let me clarify that because I don't want to make anyone upset or ruffle any feathers because that of course is not my job here. But what I mean by he's a lot, I mean that to speak to a woman, I don't care how fragile she is, how strong she is, to speak to a woman, the masculine must understand that you do not have to activate all cylinders of masculinity to get your point across to a woman. And the reason that is that any woman sitting in her femininity, she can hear you. Now, one who comes to you for direction is already listening. She is already listening, even if she sounds combative in her tone. She is already coming to you. She is already listening. She has already put you in a position of deity. She has already put you in position of deity. She's already given you that. She's already putting you on that pedestal of deity. So she's looking for you for the answers. And when you evoke or invoke all of your masculinity and you rage against a woman in a way that demeans her, devalues her, or so much so putting her in her place, so to speak, then the question becomes now, is the work that you're doing destructive in nature? Or is it healing? Or is it helpful? And then you have to also look at the other side of that, is I'm sure that these women understand what they are getting into. I'm sure they know that they're going to be putting themselves on display for hundreds of thousands of people to witness. And so leaving with a sense of, oh my God, what did he just do to me in front of all those people? I'm sure, I hope nobody else, I can only imagine the embarrassment that you feel after such a thing. Right? But then what do you do with that embarrassment? What I know is that women can change, women can level up. I am completely not the same woman that I was about 5 years ago. And as you age and as you experience, you walk into a little bit more femininity. But see, men don't understand that. They expect you to be feminine at the onset of them meeting you. But what they don't understand is that femininity is an experience. Especially for women who have not had both mother and father in the house. They have to go into the world and discover their femininity, okay? Some women are born with a set of femininity as far as decorum is concerned. That comes with onset training through your mother and your aunties, and that's a training. You don't automatically pop out and know that there is an etiquette to just being feminine. And is there an etiquette to being feminine? Absolutely. And any man who tells you that you need to be feminine at the onset of your life experience does not understand femininity. They don't. And how can they? They're men. How can they? They're men. All they know is that that's what they want. They don't know how it happens. Their job is not to explore how a woman becomes feminine. They just think that every woman has to be feminine when they meet them. But they don't know that femininity is a process. It is a walking into. It is a discovering. It is a unveiling. It's like an onion. A woman is like an onion. She completely unfolds, and every layer you find something new and something different, something excitement, some sweetness, you find something greater. And the older the woman becomes, the more amazing she becomes because there's more experience there. But then the I think there's a certain level or a certain caliber of women that these kind of men experience that they don't understand that there's a caliber of women out there who are blooming beautifully well after age 35 and 36 and 37 and 38 and 39 and 40. These women are absolutely fantastic. But you know there's a certain caliber of women that the audience plays to, and so it has to be all women, right? Because most of the women that call in are experiencing the same thing. I guess what am I saying, Karima? What are you saying? What I'm saying is that to the brothers, and perhaps there's no brothers watching this, sisters, if you have a brother or a son, or make sure that they understand that women are taught behaviors, okay? I myself, for example, my mother was really big on what you wear and how you wear it. You want people to think you're a hoe? She would say it like that. She had a very sharp tongue, okay? But I was always aware of how I perceived to be. And it wasn't until I got into my older years that I tried to claim some sense of ownership over what I decided I wanted to wear, regardless of what other people thought. But then wisdom comes back into play, and you understand that there's a power in the skirt, there's power in the dress, unlike any other power you've ever seen. Does it mean that all women have to wear dresses and skirts and stuff like that to be seen by men? No. But is there power in a skirt and a dress? Absolutely. I've learned that from my mother. Not all women have mothers that teach that. So not a lot of women are feminine because they have yet to walk into that just yet. Now, do you have the patience to deal with a woman who's not yet feminine? No one's asking you for that. But don't destroy them while they're on their journey. Don't tell them that they're a 4. Any woman can be a 9. Any woman can completely reinvent herself and change. Does she need you to tell her that she's a 4 while you're doing that? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. No. Any woman that I come in contact with is absolutely beautiful beyond measure. And all we need to do is identify what she has that most other women don't. And that is her individuality. That is what she leaves to the world. That is what she leads with. What is the thing about you that is completely different than no other woman on the planet? That's your superpower. Use that. Does it have to be your looks completely? Listen. This guy... Let me read this to you, and then we're going to go ahead and end this video, okay? To ask someone to be everything you need is asking far too much. Just even asking someone, well, what should I want in a man? What should you want in a man is something that you need to identify yourself. And so I am in line with him on that thought. And you understand that by your encounters with men, as you experience them. Do I like that? No. Well, here's something that can possibly help you. If you know what you don't want, that is a clear indication of what you do want. If you don't want someone who doesn't communicate, then you know that on your list you can say a great communicator. If you know you don't want someone who's cheating around or sleeping around, then you say, I want someone who's loyal. So if you can't figure out what it is that you want, I'm sure you know what you don't want. Start there. What you don't want, on the opposite side of that is what you do want. If you want a provider male, okay, what does that look like? Have you ever seen that before? And thank God for my mother, I was able to see what that looks like. And that's my love language. And perhaps it's my love language because it's what I saw. My mother had very good targeting skills, okay? And you'll learn that in book 2, and I'm not going to talk about it now because I don't want to ruffle any more feathers. But she knew what she wanted in a man, and she went straight after it regardless of the limitations or how people was going to perceive it. And she did that. And that worked for her. And I've learned that from her as well. What works for me may not work for the next woman. So identify what it is that you want, and then what you don't want, and then perhaps you can find out what it is that you want. And don't go to any guru for that. Find that out within yourself based on your experiences that you had already. Okay? To ask someone to be everything that you need is asking far too much. It is a dangerous game that can lead you to an unfulfilled life. And remember what I said is femininity is something that you walk into. You're just not. Some women are, they grow up very girly, but girly does not equate to femininity. Girly, dressing girly doesn't equate to femininity. You can have someone who loves to wear dresses but is very controlling or domineering in nature. You can have someone who is very feminine in nature, meaning girly and dress girly and speaks girly, but is very fearful or insecure. And so does that make for a happy relationship? Absolutely not. So what you're looking for when you say you want something feminine is a little bit different than just deeper than just feminine. You want someone who is emotionally set, in their femininity. Um, that's not something that you just are. You walk into that and you become. So if you are watching this video, I'm going to ask that you walk into your femininity today. And that if you are looking for the masculine to give you the roadmap on what that looks like, darling, 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 you are headed for a very painful awakening. And that is because the masculine is going to be coming from the masculine perspective. He does not know that there is the mother, the maiden, and the crone. He does not know or does not understand how hormones play into femininity. He does not understand that. He doesn't know that. And so how can you expect him to know that? Be easy on this brother. What he is giving you is from a masculine perspective. Is he harsh in nature? Ooh, child, yes, he's harsh. But what I know to be true is that once that brother comes in contact with a woman like, let me see, a woman like Debbie Allen, or a woman like Felicia Rashad, or a woman like, who? Gosh, I can't think. Those kind of women would kick him on his butt. And he will come down 10 notches, and you will see that whenever he encounters a woman, he doesn't curse at them because he doesn't feel the need to. He doesn't demean them because he doesn't feel the need to. He's okay in his masculinity and does not need to completely destroy you to make you understand that you have to understand who you are and where you are. But see, he himself has yet to experience that. So let's be lighter on him. Let's be lighter on him. He got a little bit more life to live, just like we all do. Until next time, sip on some chocolate wine, be empowered, be inspired, and be well. Later.